Hey everyone, it's Jess. This case is actually has three defendants, so it is going to be in multiple parts to break it up. It is a unaliving case with three defendants. I did some research, and one of the defendants was actually arrested and extradited from Georgia. This case happened, I want to say it was in June, and it happened on Facebook Live. Obviously, I'm not going to be trying to get any of that footage. This case does have three defendants, Bonner, Walker, and Pitts. So it's the state of Michigan v. Bonner, Walker, and Pitts. It is a tough case. I have a feeling it's going to end up being demonetized, even with me editing out all of the words that would get flagged. So if you would like to further support my channel, down in the description is the link for memberships for my channel, which would give you actually exclusive content, extra fun stuff, and per usual is the link for Luna's BarkBox habit if you'd like to support that. For my disclaimers, I am not an attorney. I am not making any legal conclusions, nor am I offering any advice. All comments are my opinion, and all persons are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Well, let's get started.
Mr. Killeweld, cross-examination. You want to switch? Well, go ahead, Mr. Golson.
So just at the end there, Ms. Bonner, you were asked about whether you would have gone had you known what was going to happen.
Yes.
And you said no.
Yes.
Correct. There had been no talk until the point that you were at Bryn Mawr of doing anything other than a fight. Isn't that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, and you wanted there to be a fight, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And you were, in fact, you were going to videotape.
Yes, I was.
And then what, post it on the internet?
Yes.
But you wouldn't have gone had you known what was going to happen.
No, I wouldn't.
So what? So when the came out, and you saw it get into the car, you still went, didn't you?
Yes.
What did you think was going to happen now?
My rationality was if Sharif gets the whooping, he has family as well. So we know
Who has family?
Terrell has.
Terrell. Okay.
Terrell has threatened us plenty of times with his family as well. So we know we were walking into either, and my rationality was my nephew fight him one-on-one and, start winning. And just, I guess, a defense to have for his own self, if something was to go wrong. We are going to his mother's house, and, we don't know what's at his mother's house. And so that was my rationality, that he had something to protect himself.
So even after you saw Sharif Bonner with, you didn't think the intention was to go over there and do anything to Terrell Smith other than have a fight, isn't that correct?
No, not at all.
Nobody said anything, nobody did anything to make you believe that they were going over there to shoot Terrell Smith,
No,
particularly Sharif Bonner. Isn't that
no,
correct?
he did not.
Okay, so you all gather. What time did this start at your apartment?
I don't want to guess. I can't remember. It was early morning.
Daylight?
Daylight.
Or daylight? Okay, so sometime early in the morning, but after sunrise.
Yes.
And how long were people there?
At my apartment or my mother's? We wasn't at my apartment. It was very short. It wasn't very long.
And that was the period of time when you first saw Sharif Bonner on the internet, on
Yes.
Facebook, or I'm sorry, I'm an old man. I don't know the correct terminology. Facebook or whatever.
That wasn't the first time I seen him on Facebook.
I'm talking about that day.
That day, yes, yes.
We're focusing on that day.
Yes.
Were you looking at the content that he was creating, or were you just watching him do it?
No, I was looking at the content he was creating.
And was there anything in there about Terrell Smith or shooting Terrell Smith or anything like that?
No, it was, I want to fight.
And that was directed specifically to Terrell?
Yeah, my nephew stated in his live that he just wanted to fight.
And Terrell basically said, bring it on, right?
Yes, he did.
And was that why later you were worried about the possibility of you guys walking into some kind of a trap?
Yes,
Because you knew Terrell had family?
Yes, he's threatened us a lot of times with his family.
So when you guys leave and then you go over to your mother's place, is it, on George?
Yes, we do.
And everyone that you mentioned so far was there except for Mr. Pitts, is that correct?
Yes.
You had no idea where Mr. Pitts was.
No, I did not.
And then you leave there and you start going to where you think Terrell is, then you realize you had the wrong address.
No, we didn't think we had the wrong address. I was following, Jamia.
Okay, but I thought you said Jermia gave you the wrong address.
She gave me his address of where he, I guess, his primary address.
Mhm.
But, being that Terrell was on live, telling JD to come on with it, they knew that he was on Nash because of the Facebook Live showed you the house surrounding. So by him being on live, it showed where he was.
So when you left your mother's house, you were following Jermia, is that correct?
When I left my mother's house, no, Jamia was not at my mother's house. We were following the white Ford Fusion.
Where did you pick up Jermia?
Jamia, we didn't pick up Jamia.
Well, where did you hook up with
Jamia was at Brent Meyer Apartments.
Okay. So she was already there,
Yes,
in her car.
yes,
Was she in her car when you arrived?
yes, she was.
And when you got there, was there any conversation before Sharif went into the house?
No,
I know you said Sharif and Corian went into the house, is that correct?
yes,
They didn't say anything about getting, they didn't say anything about Corian, I'm sorry, Mr. Pitts being there?
no,
Did you have any idea why you were stopping?
no, I did not.
And even after Mr. Bonner came out, Sharif Bonner came out of the house with this law, you know, your reaction was, well, that's for protection.
Yes,
Is that a fair statement?
yes,
And you didn't have any words with Mr. Bonner about the guy. You just saw him and you looked at him, basically saying, don't bring it in my car.
yes,
And he didn't say to you at that point, we're gonna shoot the motherfucker, right?
no, not at all.
What was his demeanor? Describe the way he was acting at that point.
It was very calm. He wasn't hysterical or anything like that. He was very calm.
And the only thing you saw was this long run.
Yes,
So instead of getting into your car, because you didn't want in your car, he got into the other car with Jimmy, is that correct?
yes, he did.
And he was sitting in the front seat.
Yes, he was.
At any point in time that morning or that day, did you see him in the white car, white Ford Fusion?
When he arrived at my house, he was in that white Ford.
Right, but not later.
No, not me.
Because later you said you cleaned some shell casings out of the white Fusion, correct?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and that during that period of time, Mr. Sharif Bonds was nowhere near the inside of that Ford Fusion.
No,
So you follow Jermia to Nash,
yes, I did.
and she got there first.
Yes, she did. Oh, we were behind each other. We were trailing.
You're right, one right after the other.
Yes,
When you pulled up in the vicinity of the house on Nash, was the house to your left or to your right?
it was to my left.
So someone seated in the passenger side would have been opposite the house.
Yes,
And that's where, as far as you know, Sharif Bonner was seated. Is that correct?
yes,
Right?
yes,
So as you pull up, you decide to pull around
yes,
so you can park your vehicle and get out and videotape.
yes.
Did you see anybody else in front of the house other than Terrell Smith at that point?
I think of vaguely another man.
Okay, but you didn't get a good look at him or
Didn't get a good
recognize him?
look at him at all, no.
Now, you were in the car, you weren't alone in your car, correct?
No, I was not.
How many people were in your car there?
Just me and my sister Shantia.
Was the radio on?
No,
Were the two of you talking?
no,
All right, as you pulled up next to Jermia's car, I think you said, or as you were pulling past it, I think you said you heard Sharif Bonner say something.
yes,
Your window was open,
yes, it was.
his window was open,
Who window said it?
his window, Sharif's.
I believe so. If that window is open, I don't know.
Did you stop your vehicle or did you keep going past?
I kept going past and then I ended up stopping.
But not when you were right next to it.
No, I kept going and then I eventually stopped.
But you heard him say something.
Yes,
Tell us again what you heard him say.
he said, "What's up?"
Do you know who he was talking to? He was talking to you.
No,
Do you know who he was talking to?
I believe he was talking to Jarrell,
Where was Terrell?
outside his mother's house.
Okay, how, like, by the curb, by the
I
house?
don't know, I was too far up, I didn't even see, I was too far up in my car to see where Jarrell was.
How loudly was Sharif talking?
It was pretty loud, it was loud,
But all you heard him say is, "What's up?"
that's all I heard.
Okay, well, did you see what he was doing at that point?
No, I didn't see him.
Did you see? I didn't see it.
No, I did not.
So you pull around Javia's car and you stop your vehicle.
Yes,
And relative to when you stopped your vehicle, when did you start your?
immediately after Sharif said, "What's up?"
And your testimony earlier, if I understood it correctly, is that you heard multiple.
Yes, I did.
Now, do you mean more than one or more than
More than one.
one being fired at that point?
No, I could not.
Okay, could you tell where the shots were coming from?
I thought it was a shootout. Yeah.
Meaning two people shooting.
Yes, I thought they were shooting at each other.
You said you looked either over your shoulder or in your side window, side mirror, sorry. And you said you saw somebody, is that correct?
Yes, my left rear mirror,
And who was it you saw?
Tyree.
Did you ever see Sharif Bonner out of the vehicle?
No. I didn't see him out of the vehicle until I was hitting the gas when we were leaving out. I vaguely seen him, like it was so fast. And like I said before, I don't know if I looked back or I looked up, but I vaguely seen him like by Julia's car. I didn't. It was very fast. All I seen was like a frame of his head, basically, and like his body frame, and it was really quick. And I
Was he outside the car, halfway outside of the car, completely outside of the car?
he was. It seems like he was on like the side of her car, like on the side of her car.
Okay, that's okay. But was he standing on his own 2 feet? Was he leaning out of the car? Was he halfway in, halfway up?
I can't say, but it was too fast. I can't remember that.
Did you see anything in his hand?
No, I did not.
Did you see him firing any shots?
No, I did not.
And he was on the side of the car away from the house, is that correct?
Yes.
Now, later that day, whether it's 5 minutes later, 20 minutes later, whatever, you stopped at a gas station, then you met on a side street.
Yeah, we stopped at a gas station.
And at some point in there, or maybe it was after you got to your sister's house, you heard Sharif Bonner say something, correct?
Yes.
And repeat to me again what you heard him say.
I didn't know you were going to blow it like that.
Sorry, can you look louder?
I didn't know that you were going to blow it like that.
Blow it.
Blow it, yeah.
Did Sharif Bonner say anything that day, from the time you first saw him at your house until you left your sister's house, that he knew there was going to be a shooting when you got to Nash?
No.
Did you hear any discussion involving Mr. Bonner with anybody about going to Terrell Smith?
No, I did not.
Mr. Bonner, I have to ask you a few questions, and I realize your counsel isn't here, so I'm going to ask anyway. You're charged in this case, are you not?
Yes, I am.
What charges are you facing right now?
Conspiracy of murder.
Anything else?
No, not at all.
Do you have an agreement with the prosecutor's office to get you to come here and testify today?
Yes, I did.
What is that agreement?
Accessory after the fact.
Okay, and what is that?
And from my understanding of what my knowledge of law is, that I did something after the fact of the crime.
Do you know what the maximum potential penalty would be facing?
Up to 5 years.
Do you know what the maximum potential penalty is for the charge that you're facing without that deal?
Yes, I know. I think what I was hearing was 20 to life, maybe. I don't know. That's what I was told.
So there is a substantial benefit being offered to you to come in and testify here.
Yes.
I don't have any further questions.
Mr. Killewald.
Yes, Ms. Bonner, I'm the third guy asking questions, so some of these are gonna sound repetitive, just please bear with me, okay? Now, what Mr. Goldstein said regarding this deal you have, what is the extent of your agreement that you agree to testify both at exams and a trial if necessary?
I don't know that yet.
You don't know that yet?
No.
Okay. And you agree to testify against both these defendants here today?
Yes.
Right, and have you signed any agreement to that effect?
No.
So there's nothing finalized,
No.
but is that your intent though?
Yes.
And how long have you known Tyree?
Tyree I've known since he's been a child, small child.
So when you say you saw him coming out of that apartment, you recognized him?
Yes, I did.
And how far away were you? Were you in the parking lot, the distance to the
Yeah, we were
entrance?
in the parking lot, we're pretty close.
What's pretty close?
Dre's on the left side, I'm on in the middle, and Jamia is pulled up right next to me. So we're like,
I'm sorry. I cut you off, I probably have a tendency to do that.
No, it's
You
okay.
didn't finish.
Jamia, the white Caucasian is on the left, I'm in the middle, and Jamia is on the right side.
Do you remember what he was wearing that day?
No, I do not.
And so when is the first time you saw Tyree on the 28th of June?
When he was exiting the building of Bryn Mawr and getting inside the vehicle of Julius.
Okay, and at that time you first noticed him, did he have any weapons on him?
No, he did not.
Carrying anything, a bag or a suitcase or anything like that?
No, he was not.
Coat,
No,
anything to conceal a possible weapon?
no.
So you're pretty sure he didn't have a weapon?
From my knowledge, living in Bryn Mawr, no, he did not have one.
And who came out of the apartment first?
I'm not for sure who came out the first.
But at some point you recognize Sharif with the.
Yes,
When you say, can you describe what you mean by?
long and black.
Like a,
Yes,
you said that when you saw Sharif get into your car, you had your reaction, correct?
yeah, again for me.
When Sharif tried to get into your car, what was your reaction?
We just gave each other eye contact.
Did Tyree also try and get in your car?
No,
Where was he when was he just following Sharif?
Tyree was entering into Julia's vehicle.
And you saw, where did you see Tyree go?
He entered into Julia's vehicle
And where?
on the left side of behind her in her drive.
So he'd be behind the passenger.
No, he'll be behind
I'm
her.
sorry, the driver.
Yes,
Do you have any knowledge if there were any in that car? Either your car beforehand or the Jamia's car beforehand?
no,
You said when you got onto Nash Street, you said you pulled around Jamia's SUV, correct?
yes, I did.
Now, and you said you went kind of looking for a parking place.
Yes,
How far down did you have to pull? How far away were you?
I can't say how far I was. I was pretty up there though.
I'm sorry.
I can't say how far I was, but I was pretty up there from Julia's vehicle.
Okay, would you say you're 2 car lengths apart, 3 car lengths apart,
Maybe 3,
maybe 3?
yes.
And what was your intent when you were going to park and get out and videotape?
Yes,
Okay, and before, did you shut off your car?
no,
You hadn't even shut off your car, and what happened?
I hadn't shut off my car.
Right, I mean, when did you hear?
Right immediately after I heard the what's up and then I heard,
Okay, this was after your car was parked already?
Yeah, I had my car in the park.
And, you said what was your first reaction when you heard?
My first reaction was it was a shootout. I thought that they were shooting at each other. I heard somebody go fast, it was just really fast. And then I took a look out my rear view to see what was going on,
To your side mirror?
my side mirror.
And how long were you gone? Did you try and duck down in your car at all?
No, I just looked in the rear view to see who was shooting.
The mirror on your
The
side?
mirror on my side.
And how long did you look at that for?
Probably like 10 to 15 seconds at most.
And you testified you could see my client?
Yes, I see Tyreek.
And what did he have?
It was the long black one.
He came out of the apartment?
Yes,
And how could you tell it was Tyree and that he had the long?
Tyreek's height and body frame is different than my nephew's. I'm familiar with their body frames. Yes,
Did- In the, I don't want to say excitement, because that's not the right word, but in the moment though, are you positive that it was Tyree? I mean, facial expressions or anything?
No, I was positive that it was him. Like I said, his body frame and his height gave it away.
And could you actually see him shooting, the act of shooting?
Yeah, he was actively shooting.
And how could you tell that?
His stance and the way he had it on, and was pointing towards the house.
Okay, do you know if it was pointed, could you tell if it was pointed towards Terrell?
I'm not sure where Terrell was at that time.
Okay, so you saw my client shooting,
Yes,
but you can't say who or where he was shooting at.
no, I cannot.
Okay. And you said you looked in your mirror for, how long do you think my client was shooting the gun? If you're looking in the mirror 10 to 15 seconds, is he shooting continuously while
It
you're
was
looking?
it was a shooting continuously for about that long, 10, 15, before I put my car in drive and hit the go.
Okay, did you ever see what happened while after he was shooting?
No, I was gone.
You didn't see him get back in the
No,
car? or
I
anything?
was gone. I hit the gas and was gone.
Did you see anybody else shooting?
No, I did not.
Did you see anybody shooting out of the white Ford Fusion?
No, I did not.
Did you see any, you testify you didn't see Terrell Smith get hit at all?
No, I did not.
Mr. Goldstein said that you knew that you believe you were taking, he asked you, you continued even though you knew that Sharif had not correct.
Yes,
And it's your testimony today, you just thought that was going to be maybe for protection.
yes,
If the feud started with both sides had.
yes.
Did you know if you ever saw any of Terrell or Terrell's relatives with weapons?
No, Terrell's Facebook Live, Terrell's history of Facebook Live, he spoke a lot about his cases that he was going through. And from my understanding, he was on pending case. Speaking on. So he was known to have, people knew that he was raised and drugs.
And how are you related to him at all?
No, I'm not.
But how did you know that he would have been known to carry?
He talked a lot about himself on his own Facebook Live. And in our community on the south side, pretty much people know a lot of other people's business, especially if you're getting raided or you're getting charges.
Okay.
And stuff like that, you pretty much know what's going on.
You may have been asked this, but when you got to that house and then you pulled around the vehicle, where was the red SUV at? Was it parked in front of the house?
It was parked in front of the house.
Okay, did you see Terrell at any time?
Riding past, I did. When I rode past, I was a glimpse of him and another man.
And where were they at?
They were outside the house.
In front of the house,
In
on
front
the
of-
side of
I
the
believe it
driveway?
was in front of the house. It's in front of the house.
Then you don't know who this other man was?
No, I do not.
Okay, now isn't it true though, what type of vehicle were you driving on June 28th?
A black Ford Fusion.
Okay, and isn't it true that until just lately, you've always denied any involvement in this matter.
No, when I gave my statement to detectives, I gave a statement what I did in this situation.
You did?
Yes. when
Didn't you initially deny that?
I wasn't a deny, I was held information.
Withheld, I mean, in fact, that you told them that you had visited your sister in Detroit?
I don't understand the question.
Didn't you initially, regarding when you were asked about this specific incident on a specific day, didn't you initially tell the officers that you had, at that time, around 11, that you had been at your sister's house in Detroit?
Yes, I did.
You were lying.
No, I actually was there with the crime.
When you were asked specifically around the 11 o'clock hour on the 28th, didn't you tell the officers you were in Detroit at that time of the shooting?
Yes, I believe I did.
So you lied to the police then?
Yes.
And did you continue denying that you had any involvement until you finally made your final statement?
Yes, I didn't speak to anybody.
And so today, though, you're asking this court to believe your testimony?
Yes.
And your testimony comes at the expense of these two individuals?
Yes.
No question, John.
Any redirect? All right, I just want to clarify one thing there. You testified, didn't know you were going to blow it like that, right?
Yes.
And that was the defendant, Mr. Bonner,
Yes.
saying that. Who, to your understanding, who was he saying that to?
Tyree.
Thank you. Just wanted to make sure I heard that correct. Any questions based upon the court's question?
No.
All right, thank you.